Take one.
Good morning, Lakeview students and staff. Welcome back to school. This year is Principal Otterson and our assistant principal this week.
Sloan.
How you doing today, Sloan?
Good.
Did you get to have lunch with me today?
Yeah.
Pretty delicious, huh?
Uh-huh.
What did we have to eat?
Well, I had dragon juice.
Dragon juice. Dragon juice, does it come from a real dragon?
No, and it just has a dragon on it, but it says dragon punch, and I had banana bread and yogurt that was pink and purple.
Sounds delicious.
With a spoon.
Okay.
Definitely.
Who'd you bring with you today?
Riker.
Riker, how are you?
Good.
Good. What's an interesting fact? Something no one would know about you, Riker?
My favorite food is like the same as Sloan's, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
But I don't really eat that bad. I don't really eat it that much.
You don't eat it that much, but it is your favorite.
Mm.
Who makes it? Who makes the best mac and cheese? Your mom or your dad or
Probably my dad, my mom.
your mom? Do you put any meat in yours, Riker? No.
We just put hot dogs.
Hot dogs, that's pretty good. You ever put hot dogs in your mac and cheese, Sloan? No.
I put some in mine.
It sounds delicious. Today is Friday, March 21st. It is cycle day 5. Today is Down Syndrome Day, and I have a special guest that's going to talk to us a little bit about that during our morning announcement. So hopefully you wore crazy socks. You also wore your grade level color today. Before we get started, though, I want to remind everybody about bathroom expectations. Could you two tell me what's expected when you use the bathroom?
Never place the toilet paper and put it on the other side so
That's
people can go in and rip it.
Right.
Because that's called wasting.
Yes.
And don't grab some toilet paper and then put it all over the toilet seat.
That's right. And don't crawl underneath the door.
And don't play in the sink.
No. So I had some kids that are crawling underneath the doors and then they're locking the doors. If you do that, then we're not going to be able to use the restroom. So please don't, and it's disgusting and gross, right? Is the floor in the bathroom disgusting?
And you have to climb back down and unlock it, which I do a lot of times.
You don't want to because is the floor disgusting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's not do that. Also, I want to remind you about when you come into the building, should you run into the building or walk?
Walk.
Walk. We have kids coming from the buses that are running off the buses, running into school. I know you're excited, but please walk. Why do we want you to walk?
Because you might get hurt, and we don't want you to get hurt.
Right, we don't want you to trip and fall. We have the same thing with kids heading out to recess. You're supposed to walk to the playground, then you can take off, right? Should you run outside? Not right when you leave the door. Okay, here's quote of the day. This one's from Ricky. It doesn't matter if you are first or last. What matters is that you appreciate what you have.
That doesn't make sense.
It does. And this is from a student in our building. Word of the day, plead. Can you say it?
Please.
Plead. And plead means to beg. So Mr. Otterson pleaded with his students to please walk into the building. I'm begging you, please. I'm pleading for you to please walk into the building. Let's do our drum roll. We hit our goal, boys and girls. We actually raised $16,000 and we wanted to raise $15,000, but we're not done yet. You can still bring in those pledges today and we can get even more money.
And did you know that a sign says you didn't?
That's
I think
right.
it says you didn't.
And right now I'm going to have John explain to you a little bit more about what Down Syndrome Day is. Welcome, John. It's nice to have you in our office. I know you're here because of a special reason. What day is it today?
World Down Syndrome Day.
It is World Down Syndrome Day, and in honor of World Down Syndrome Day, we are wearing crazy socks, aren't we? And we're going to talk a little bit about why we wear crazy socks today. Do you know anybody with Down syndrome?
Actually, my brother William does.
Your brother William. How old is your brother William?
He is 13.
Excellent. Well, so we have John here. He wants to talk a little bit more about what Down syndrome is. So John, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what is it?
Down syndrome, you have an extra chromosome.
So do chromosomes make up your body?
Yeah, so let's say someone's tall. Their chromosomes make their body tall. It's almost like builders, how they have it planned out. It's almost like that.
Got it. Excellent. So do people with Down syndrome have more chromosomes or less than
They
us?
have more.
They have more.
chromosomes. Normal people have 46 chromosomes, and people with Down syndrome have 47.
So again, it was your brother born with more chromosomes?
Yes.
So what is something special about your brother William?
He's very loving and kind, and
Does he have any passions or interests or hobbies or anything?
he loves Sesame Street and Peppa Pig.
That's awesome. So tell us, John, what is a big misunderstanding about people with Down syndrome?
People with Down syndrome, people think that it's something you can catch. No, it's not. They're just, and some people think they are like, all weird. But they are just loving, kids like you or people.
Does he work really hard just like you work hard?
Yes, he works hard every day.
Probably has to work a little extra hard, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
How about being patient? Do you have to be patient with
Yeah.
people? Why do you have to be patient with people with Down
Because,
syndrome?
they have different way of telling you things.
So give me an example of that.
So, you're used to all your friends telling you, hey, do you want to go play on the swing? With my brother, he kind of pulls you to the swing. So at first you're kind of like, wait, what are you doing? Stop. But all he really wants to do when he does that is play.
That's good. Okay, what can students do to be good friends with someone with Down syndrome?
You gotta kind of get to know them, what they like to do, because they can't just tell you like other people can. Hey, I like soccer. They can't tell you that. So you kind of just have to hang out with them and see what they do. And
You'll learn. That's awesome. Is there anything else you want people to know about World Down Syndrome Day? Like, why are we wearing the mismatched socks today?
we are wearing them because chromosomes under a microscope actually look like socks.
Ah, so that's why we're wearing mismatched socks today. That is awesome. Okay, thanks, John, for sharing everything you know about Down syndrome. And actually, I hope maybe one day we can meet your brother. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Be cool to invite him here. Mm-hmm. See you later. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? What you heard from John?
Yeah, he said he was gonna be here.
Yeah, he was. This today, coats or no coats?
Coats.
Coats. All right. We're also going to be talking about doing the right thing in the cafeteria and at recess.
If somebody caught you being nice, then you get one of these.
And then you get your name in a drawing.
And even you get to go to
Canes.
Canes, yeah.
That's right. How do you guys do the right thing or cooperate?
Play together, clean up together, and work together.
And work together. That's awesome. In other news, remember to say thank you. Do you two say thank you all the time?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, dad joke.
Even
All right, do you have a dad joke for us, Riker?
no.
Who's there?
Chicken.
Chicken who?
Why are the monkeys going bananas?
That's a good one, right, Sloan? Yeah, that is a good one. We're LV Pride. We are positive, responsible, involved, determined, and equitable. We look forward to seeing your greatness today. Bye. Rex, you do?
My name is not Rex.
No, Rex. Why did I say Rex?
For that one. Oh, what's this?
Watch your fingers. Riker, where are you going to sit?
He's gonna sit right here. These are quite big chairs today. These are quite big chairs. We're gonna use it today, and I'm gonna go like.
Oh, are ya? Okay, Riker, sit down. I'm going to slide you in here.
So I'm gonna
slide
I'm gonna go like.
You're going to do that? All right. Sloan, how you spell your name?
S.
Is that right?
Yep.
S-L-O. Well, you said the other day I spelled it wrong.
It's S-L-O-N-E.
Yeah?
You forgot the E.
What's that?
E. A silent E.
So, did I spell this right?
Yeah.
Whew. I thought you said I spelled it wrong, so I was all nervous.
A
Right.
few days ago.
Riker, you
Right here,
excited?
look it. Right here, look it.
Hey, John, how can other people ask to be friends with people with Down syndrome? Riker, say it again. The snapper is eating some
Biscuit.
Paschetti.
Spaghetti.
Paschetti? Is it paschetti or spaghetti?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Yeah.
Okay, not paschetti.
Yeah, it's not.